He's talking about his shoulders like they're an object he has in his wardrobe you can pop on or off. It's like, oh, you're scaring me. He's like, oh, sorry, let me just pop these off. Is that better now? Am I more approachable now? Hello there, my name is Comedian. As it was written by the first ones, I'm here to do a BTS reaction, which is shocking and out of control and out of touch for me. I never normally do this sort of thing. Wink, I do loads. Subscribe right now if you're into that kind of thing. Today I'm doing crack on camera again, against the advice of my parents and friends and family and loved ones, which I definitely have and exist. You can't prove otherwise. This one is called BTS Behind the Scenes Stories That We Wish We Were There to Witness, which is the most W words I think I've seen in any sentence ever. So props to that YouTube author for doing that. And thank you to Wenslip from my Patreon for suggesting this. I forgot to mention that bit, but this is Patreon for Thursdays, the magical, special, dreamy, rainy day of the season or week where my patrons suggest a video in a poll. So if you want to take part in a poll and suggest stuff in a poll, or watch some Run BTS and Bon Voyage reactions, then my Patreon link's in the description. You can go and check that out right now. But before you do that, or actually do that first probably, from a business point of view, probably do that bit first, but also before you do that, check out this reaction, because it's going to happen right now. Time waits for no man and no reactor. Let's go. This is like a weird documentary package intro. Coldplay behind the scenes, except it's BTS. How dreamy. Christmassy as well. Oh, okay, well, Windows Movie Maker was involved in the making of this thing. Almost certainly. Maybe iMovie at a pinch.
태양이 이제 옛날 처음 왔을 때부터 진짜 말 안 듣게 생겼.
He does though, doesn't he?
그 논현동 거기 골목 되게 이상.
Wandered around allies?
돌아다니면서.
Is that them coming out as LGBTQ?
막 돌아다니면서 같이 아이스크림 몰래 먹다가 걸려서 혼나고 뭐. 그냥
For eating ice cream or for going out?
저랑 좀 입맛도 좀 초딩 입맛이고 둘 다 좀 약간 뭐 저도 약간 뭐
Childlike tastes.
말 안 듣는 끼가 있어서.
I mean, that's like, I feel like that's like someone being like, oh, you know, I'm a lady and I'm so alternative. I play video games, and it's like, mate, it's 2022. Who cares? Like, is it like this is like that? It's like everyone eats ice cream. I don't think eating ice cream is childlike or rebellious. I think it's just a proof that you have a pulse, maybe.
은근히 그래서 그런 기억들 우리가 그때 없었을 때 아무것도 없었던 때 우리 둘이 막 여기저기 다니고 뭔가
Started from the bottom, now we're here at the Han River.
정말 그런 기억들 저한테는 되게 소중한 기억이고 태양이한테도 그럴 거고.
우리 주방에 수전하고 있을 수 없어. 어떻게 그 봐? 와 진짜 그때.
What kind of pockets do they have?
봤어. 야 저거 설마 우리 회사 사람 아니겠지? 바로 주머니에 팍. 먹이 된 거야. 그래서 뭐 하냐?
This is like a slightly concerning story because I feel like the undercurrent, the backstory here is that they weren't supposed to be eating ice cream because they were trying to control their weight. So they went out to go and eat some. I love that they're telling stories surrounded by food now. Maybe they chilled out on it or something. I don't know. He ate pocket ice cream, hairy pocket ice cream.
혜민 씨 첫인상은 기억나시나요? 솔직히 잘 안 나요. 그렇겠죠. 그때 정신이 워낙 없고 막 많은 친구들이 오가던 시기였었어가지고 난 기억하고 있어. 걱정하지 마.
This video is definitely plenty of loudness.
혼자 있었어요. 야, 너 처음 들어왔냐? 네, 노래해봐.
He just called him shoulders. He's scarier with his broad shoulders. He's talking about his shoulders like they're an object he has in his wardrobe you can pop on or off. It's like, oh, you're scaring me. He's like, oh, sorry, let me just pop these off. Is that better now? Am I more approachable now?
제가 지금 많이 사랑해요. 좋은 첫인상이네요.
Hope Cook and the Flying Banana. That's like the next Harry Potter title. Jesus. That's violent and tasty.
제가 그 데뷔 첫 때 팬 여러분들한테 이제 과일 선물을 받았어요. 근데 이제 그게 제 이름으로 들어왔는데 그때 솔직히 다 신기하고 마냥 좋잖아요. 뭔가 내 이름으로 들어온 선물인데.
Do they still get gifts, or do they have to like not allow that to happen because it would just be too much rotting apples?
그걸 좀 다 같이 나눠 먹다가 과일이 너무 빨리 사라지니까.
Fruits were consumed too fast. It's like BTS talking about a college party they had. They're like, well, I was at this party. or let me say, some measure of fruits were consumed. Whew, boy. Oh boy, did I have my vitamin C dose that day.
물 먹는 건 좋긴 하지만 내 거 몇 개 더 남겨두고 싶고.
Selfish. That's not how team player works.
이거 제가 받았어요. 이거.
Oh, he's possessive of his fruit. Noted.
제 거예요 이거. 제 거니까 이거. 그만 먹으라고 했나? 모르겠어요. 제 거라고 했던 것 같아요. 근데 갑자기 허비 형이 옆에서 반나.
Wow. Never has anyone raged over bananas.
그때 허비 형이 야 이런 사람도 이렇게
Yeah, I was wondering, like, was that a joke or is he actually angry? But he sounds like he was actually mad about bananas.
살이 빡 떨면 이렇게 돼.
Wow. All right, don't take a banana away from J-Hope. Noted.
나는 연습하러 왔으니까 연습 끝나고 먹자였고 태영이는 너무너무 배가 고파서 밥을 먹고 연습하자.
Eat and practice.
먹자였고 이제 왜냐면 먹고 막 연습하고 이러면 약간 처지고 시간 지나가고 이러니까 그랬었던 건데 사실 태영이는 배가 많이 고팠던 거지.
Oh, I remember this story.
그러고
But the thing about this story is, like, for some reason, when people fight over food, it's acceptable to me if they don't say what the food is. I'm just like, oh, it was over food, they were hangry. But when it's over a banana, I'm like, are you guys rabbits? Like, my bunnies would definitely murder each other for bananas and basically have tried to. But humans usually, like, you know, bananas fine and stuff. I wouldn't punch a man over it, but who knows?
만두가 먹고 싶었다. 지민이는
Also, V's claiming that there's no extra drama. He's saying it was more basic.
네, 그거였습니다.
Which one? I don't know which one to believe here.
배경 설정은 제가 화랑을 그때 한창 하고 있었을 때였는데 그때 화랑
Doesn't give me context. It gives someone context, I'm sure.
트랑 병행해서 하다 보니까 제가 배가 많이 고팠어요. 그래서 끝나고 바로 왕만두를 먹어야지 해서
These are the things they talk about. Like this is what means stuff to them.
하나 시켜서 연습실에 그럼 도착하면은 왕만두 있습니다 해서 오자마자
Imagine being. I mean, he says he's his manager, but he's basically V's jumbo dumpling guy. How many times has his sentence passed his lips? The jumbo dumpling is ready for you, sir. When you're ready to take it, sir. In the dining room, sir. The jumbo dumpling on the table, sir.
한 입을. 근데 그때 딱 안무 시작 시간이었어요. 차가 막혀서. 근데 저는 일단 안무가 별로 안 되니까 안무를 하고 먹자. 지민이가 그렇게 얘기했지만 저는 일단 한입 왕만두를 한 입 먹은 입장으로서 저는 이 맛을 나중에 먹기는 싫었거든요.
Once you've had a bite of jumbo dumpling, you can't put that down. We all know this. The clue's in the name.
대답도 안 했어요.
This is properly coming back to me now. I was like, I've definitely heard this before, and I was like, oh yeah, because it's so infamous. It's called the dumpling incident. It sounds like a Korean national disaster, and it might well have been.
우리가 싸워가지고 그 막 형들이 보다 못해 너희 나가서 싸워 막 이래가지고 우리 둘이 막 연습실 밖
I think humor is the best way to diffuse any situation.
정말 계속
And to just respond to any situation. I choose humor in most situations, usually inappropriately, but if Jimin had been mad at me about this, I would have been like, Jimin, would you like to have a bite of my soggy jumbo dumplings? And then wait for them, hopefully, inevitably, to crack a smile, and then you go from there.
4시간 정도 됐었던 것 같아요.
4 hours.
하기까지.
Jesus.
그걸로
4 hours, 2 days. It's probably different in Korean time.
다퉜는데 결국 그냥 화해하고 끝났죠 사실.
아니요, 이것 동안 우리 2주 동안 얘기 안 했었어요.
2 weeks. It's 2 weeks now. Time is it's escalating. I think what's secretly happening is they haven't actually got over this yet. Like that was filmed 2 weeks after it, and now they'd be like, "It's 4 years. This has been a thing for 4 years now. I'm still not over his lovely jumbo sweaty dumplings."
그때 기억나요? 그 뒤에 공원에서 둘이 다시 만나가지고
Oh yeah, they had to settle it at dusk, at dawn.
무슨 있어요?
Dumplings at dawn. What a story that is. Wow. The Dumpling Chronicles.
저희가 이제 옛날에 한참 연습할 시절이 있었는데 그때 저희는 이제 잠시 쉬는 시간이라고
But was he?
화장실 간다 하고 먹으러
What?
식당에 갔다 온 일이 있어요. 우리 다 기다리고
Without sharing.
간다고 말씀하고 배가 너무 아프다고
은근 간이 제일 커요.
가서 구멍까지 뛰어가고
Does this mean he actually sat down on the toilet and ate noodles?
I had a stomach ache. So
yeah.
how long did you go away? I don't know, like 3 or 4 minutes. That's not that long. As like, and you know, I was like, get me noodles as fast as you can, and you know,
It was so fast.
Yeah. Swallowed it, and
When he says stomachache, does he mean like his stomach hurt from not eating? Or does he mean that he was ill? So he's like, you know what cures an upset stomach? Big old noodle bowl. That's a fact.
호텔에서 싸워가지고
뭐야, 뭔데?
간략하게 얘기하면 연습실에서 정국이하고 저
On a rainy day, he remembers the weather. I believe, if anyone's wondering, that's called pathetic fallacy. I always think that was wrong. Like, I would hear the term pathetic fallacy when I was like taking English as a kid and think they must mean prophetic. Prophetic fallacy sounds more proper, you know, because it's like the weather's prophesizing the emotions. But I think it is pathetic fallacy. I think it's pathetic as in you suck pathetic. I think. So pathetic fallacy is when typically when, you know, device is used in literary. So I bore myself. This is already boring, but I'm here now. I might as well can carry on reacting to stuff. Pathetic fallacy is when a literary device is used to make like the setting, the tone. You typically it's just the weather though, match the mood of the scene of the
또
characters.
신경 안 쓸 테니까 이해하라 생각.
I'm apologizing for that.
제가 걸어갔어요. 한 20분 거리 되잖아요. 걸어가는데 정국이한테 전화 오더라고요. 형님 잘못했어요. 전화하지 말라 했잖아.
Jin looks really uncomfortable. He's like, the armpit itch is a telltale sign.
그래서 정국이 보고 야, 너 형이 데리러 갈 테니까 너 어딘지 얘기해 이러니까 여기 어딘지 모르겠어요. 그래가지고
택시타 간다 했지.
그치. 나 비 온다 밖에서.
It looks like Jimin's the only one here who's had champagne. They've all got orange juice. That's Jimin's champagne, and they're all like, "Oh God, he's so wasted. He's wine drunk. He's crying about old stories."
여기 어딘지 모르겠어요. 그래가지고
택시타 간다 했지.
그치. 나 비 온다 밖에서 비 맞으면서 기다렸어요. 정국이 도착하고 약간 그 슬램덩크의 그거 이거 박수 치듯이.
That's pretty cute. I'm glad they said it was in the rain now. That makes that story very cute.
진짜 정국이
I teared up slightly. That's a cute story. And now we got epic music for no reason. All right.
야, 우리 태영이가 이렇게 착한 게 제가
What are we talking like? 10 p.m.
이
10:20.
이게 끝나고 너무 피곤해가지고 자야 되는데 혹시 몰라서 새벽 1시까지 기다렸어요.
I don't know if that's sweet or sad. I identify with that sentence though. I identify with it.
기다렸는데 제 친구들 보니까
It's like Oliver Twist. It's his birthday it turns 1 and he's like, when he says might send me birthday wishes, does he mean he stayed up till 1 a.m. like, and that was then his birthday? Because that's better. If he means it was his birthday already, he stayed up till 1 a.m. because he's like, I've only had 2 birthday messages. Please, sir, can I have some more? Like, that's what I'm worried is happening here.
제 친구들 보니까 그 친구들은 뭐 이렇게 생일에 메시지가 막 이렇게 많이 오더라고요. 근데 저도 혹시 좀 기대했는데
Does he not?
6개가 왔어요.
6.
아 너무 슬퍼가지고
6 is good though.
잘못 사.
I'm sorry, but if it's 6 messages from people you really love, that means like 100 from people you hate.
했어요. 나 새벽 1시까지 기다렸는데 연락 이렇게 아무한테도 안 오더라. 이랬더니 태영이가 막 자기
Oh, this is really bittersweet. This is very nice, but also quite sad.
영상으로 메시지 했어요.
It's like make a wish kind of thing. It's like his wish is to have a birthday message. So, my friends, even though you don't know him, and some of you told me in private you don't actually like him, can you please make him a happy birthday message? Also, it's a bit Dudley Dursley-ish, isn't it? He's like 6 messages, but last year I had 24. It's like
혹시 노시는
I don't know. This message has conflicted emotions in me.
뭐 이렇게 되게 많아요. 제가 이렇게 한 분 한 분 다
언급해 드리고 싶은데 서준이 형을 비롯한 많은 친구분들께서 영상을
That is sweet.
이렇게 많이
That is really sweet. I wouldn't do that for my friends. I'd be like, oh well.
합니다. 이러면서 보내줬는데 너무 감동인 거예요. 그래서 그거 기획한 태영이가 너무 기특하고 고맙고 지금도 전화 와가지고 왔으니까.
It's like, is that proof he's loved by so many, or is that proof that you know V is loved by so many that he has all these friends he can get to make a birthday message for some rando?
이게 정말 제가 물어봤어요. 다 알고 있었거든요. 랩몬스터가 뭔지 알고 있었어요. 근데 야 혹시 밥 먹은 사람 있냐? 아무도 이야기 안 하는 거예요. 조용히 있는 거예요. 아는데 야 내가 먹는 거 괜찮다고 먹을 수 있다고. 근데 왜 말 안 하고 먹는데 혹시
Yes.
밥인데
제가 약을 먹어야 돼서 밥을 시켰는데
왜 밥을 왜 따로 시킨 거예요?
그때 다 같이 다이어트를 중이었는데 제가 수술 후에 약을 먹어야 돼가지고
Okay. So he was allowed to have cheap food.
해가지고 방에 들어가서 이제 밥을 먹고 있었는데 계속 줄어들더라고요.
It's nice of him.
먹고 있었어요.
딱 2숟갈 먹었습니다.
근데 바닥에 보이더라고요.
This is again. I'm torn on this story because it's funny, but what Sugar's basically saying is that RM stole food from him that he needed after an operation, which is pretty messed up. Like that's medicinal food as far as I'm concerned.
철판 볶음밥 같은 건데.
맛있었겠네.
그러니까 저도 미안해가지고 이제 그런데 먹는 건 상관없는데 괜히 막 모른 척 아닌 척 하는 게 너무 귀여운 거예요.
죄송했어요.
그래서
미안해서.
솔직히 해봐 했는데 아니래요. 야, 내가 너 들어갔다 나온 거 봤는데 그러니까 그제서야 형 미안해요. 사실 제가 먹었어요.
Wow.
먹어도 되는데 아무 말 없이 그냥 먹고 시침이 떼는 게 너무 귀여웠어가지고.
예전에 화가 많았어 지민이.
That's a side of RM I didn't know existed.
제가 생각해
Wow.
좀 이상했는데 오늘
다 이상했어요.
그런 날이 있었어요. 정국이랑 태영이가 둘이서 같이 와가지고 그 욱한
Wow, Jimin. I'm surprised.
바꿨으면 좋겠다 둘이 연습실 앞에서 그랬어요. 그 뒤로 조금씩 바뀌. 예?
데뷔하고 나서?
데뷔기 전에요.
데뷔 전에.
예.
지민이야말로 좀 되게 좀 많이 유해졌지 사실.
I can believe it. The fact they're saying he used to have an anger issue or temper issue, whatever, is mind-blowing to me. Honestly, I mean, look at him. He's like a cuddly bear.
방탄소년단과 고등학교 동창이에요.
진짜요?
B랑
Let me just do the video editor job for them and turn this audio down a bit to spare my eardrums. There we go. That's better.
동창이에요.
진짜요?
B랑 지민이란 친구.
Aww.
B 씨하고 B 씨하고
고등학교 때도 알고 있었어요?
네, 고등학교 때
Was he the cool kid? Was he like
B는
the aloof? Oh, no, I could see V being the cool kid for sure.
알았다가 지민이가 나중에 전화가 와서 지민이 좀 잘 부탁해 이렇게 해서
That is not them. That is not them. Oh my god. There's no way. Like, that looks almost terrifying. How do they somehow look younger and at the same time about 50 years older in this picture? I can't look at this picture anymore. I'm so confused by it.
신기하겠다. 아니 B나 지민 같은 경우에는 고등학교 때부터도 이렇게 딱 눈에 띄었어요. 어때요?
그럼요. B 친구는 엄청 쾌활해서
See, V was a cool kid, a lot of friends. I knew it.
고등학교 때 지민 씨하고 B 씨는 어땠어요?
진짜 지민이는 아직까지도 생각이 나는 게 연습밖에 모르더라고요.
Wow.
새벽까지 계속 연습을 해서 학교에 오면 거의 반 좀비처럼 네, 녹초가 돼서 왔었던 친구였고 B 친구는 지하철에 스크린도에 비추는 자기 모습을 보고 춤을 연습하고
Oh,
너무
exposed.
제가
I was so startled upon seeing a man or a teenager dance in front of the train mirror on a train. Now that's a theatre kid. That's what you call a theatre kid. If this video did well, I might do a part 2. Well, hopefully you did a part 2 then. I don't know. I contributed my one view. Okay, yeah, that was fun. Some cute BTS stories. Thank you for sharing that with me, guys. I'd like to thank you, patrons, my lovely patrons, for once more enabling me to do some lovely BTS crack. Well, that was more wholesome than the average BTS crack. It was some cute little BTS stories. Their whole relationship and everything is just so, like, you know, I both love it and covet it quite extremely at the same time. I would happily, morally, would quite happily bump off one of the BTS members and replace them so I could be in that friend group. It has to be 7, I feel like. I couldn't just join it as an 8th member. I've probably got to take one of them out and replace them. So sorry about that to the future member who might go mysteriously missing. But anyway, confessions aside, a cool video. Thank you for suggesting that, Wensler, and thank you to my patrons who voted on that, and thank you to you for watching this, whether live in the chat or post-live, past live, after the fact. Thank you wherever you are in the world for watching this. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and that way you can see my live streams when they go live. Obviously, I've got a Patreon as well, where Patreon for Thursdays happens, as I said earlier, so check that out in the description. I've got Run BTS and Bon Voyage reactions on there, and I've got a thumbs up for you for watching. See you soon, and remember, there won't be crack if you don't come back, so subscribe.